Hi everyone, welcome to, I can't remember what day we're on, I've lost track. Welcome to our water flow. So I know we're on day 13, because we're 2 in to the elements flows that we've been doing. So I hope you enjoyed the last 2 days and kind of the feel for them, integrating that movement practice with the meditation practice. Today, same thing, similar theme, but we are going to move on to water. So I have a little challenge for you today. I want your body to become as fluid as it can possibly be. My challenge to you through our movement practice is to find as little stillness as possible. I'm going to save all that stillness for the end when we meditate and when we take a lie down. Whilst we're moving today, I want you to think about constant fluid movement in your body. So even if you find yourself in a pose, holding that pose for a couple of seconds, what can you move? What can you make feel better inside of that pose? Can you take a little ripple of the spine? Can you take a little roll of the shoulders? Can you move through your hips and your midsection? We're going to find that feeling of water and of ever-changing, constant flowing movement in today's practice. And that's going to really link us to that water element. Okay, you want to think water like a nice big running stream or a waterfall, not like a big stagnant pond or a reservoir. We are moving water. On that note, we'll make a start. So come to the top end of your mats for me. Feet wherever feel comfortable for them to be, squeezing together hip width apart somewhere in between. Round down through the heels, soften the knee bend. Take a little rock forward and back in the feet. Start to think about that movement. Start to bring that idea of fluid movement into your practice from here. So when the knees find, when the feet find stillness, start to just soften and extend the knees. Tuck under through the pelvis, find that little bit of draw in tension through the belly, through the lower part of the body. And then as the lower part of the body becomes still, take a couple of shoulder rolls. Move through the spine, see if you can roll just the spine a little bit forward and back. Let the palms face forward, and as the shoulders come to stillness, take a little move through your head. Maybe move it in a little figure 8 motion. Do whatever feels right for you. And when you get to that still position at the top where we find our mountain pose, then inhale and take the hands up overhead. Exhale, drop them to the floor, make a big drop through the chest, roll the shoulders forward, hang out in your forward fold, and then gently come up the shins, push through straight strong's chest, flat back extension. Exhale, forward fold, hands to the floor, and then inhale, come back up through your extended mountain pose. Go again, exhale, lower, big fold, bend the knees. Inhale, chest lift, straighten the legs and push forward. Find fluid movement in your spine. Exhale, lower. Inhale, roll and curl up. One more time here. Exhale to the floor. Constant fluid movement. Doesn't have to be quick. It can be slow. It's just trying not to be still and stagnant. We're enjoying the process here. And the movement we can create between poses. As you inhale up to flat back extension this time, exhale to lower. Inhale and step both feet back. Find a big down dog position. Push the hips up to the ceiling, draw the shoulder blades together, and then gently rock side to side in the hips. And walk your heels to the floor. Take a little walk of the dog here. Moving through the hips if that's enough for you, or starting to shuffle the shoulders and take little twisting action through the waist and the back as well. We're going to go 3 times, waving the body through down dog and high plank. So as you inhale breath, find your down dog now. Draw forward, shoulders up to the ears, round and arch the back. Curl your body forward into your high plank. And then by shooting your hips and your heels back, push your body up into down dog. Inhale, roll up and out, high plank. Exhale, roll back and up. Think about this movement all the way from your feet. So we push out of the floor. We exhale and we smoothly curl back. One more time as you come forward. This time when you get to high plank, drop the knees, relax the feet, lower your body slowly, elbows to waist. Inhale the chest up through baby cobra or full cobra, and then exhale back into down dog. Go 2 more times there. Everything in 3s, just so we can enjoy and focus on this movement. On the knees or on the toes, whatever feels right for your body. Maybe take a lower level than you usually do through this vinyasa practice, just to enjoy the process a little bit more. Just a roll and curl, move a little bit smoother. And as you exhale back and find your down dog, I want you to drop your knees out wide, big toes together. Take a little seat into child's pose, working the hips as far back into the heels as feels right for you. Lowering the chest to the floor, and then again floating through a little bit of side to side movement. And finding that nice, really watery, fluid, little shift in the hips and the pelvis. So we can wiggle out any tension that might be building there. A little open and close in the shoulders as they lift and lower and slightly twist to each side. One more breath. And we're going to come into our lunge work today. Same feeling. Inhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, find down dog. Exhale, really press the hips back, find that movement in all that you do. Breathe in, bend the knees and crouch. And then exhale, softly slip the right leg forward into a lunge. Lift the right arm and rotate towards that knee. Exhale down. Inhale, push back, find down dog. Work the hips back. Exhale, bend the knees, crouch. Spring your left leg, find a nice big lunge. Rotate towards front leg, reaching arm up high. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push back through down dog. And then take a vinyasa. We come forward through to plank. Exhale down to the floor, knees or toes. Fluid and slow. Try not to hold any one pose for too long. From down dog, let's go again through that sequence. Breathe in, bend the knees. Spring the right leg, try and land soft. Inhale, lift the right arm, reach up to the ceiling. And as you exhale this time, drop the back knee to the floor, reach the back arm behind you. So you're into a little more of a twist here. Inhale, come up through center. Lift the back knee as you lift the arm to the ceiling. Exhale to the floor. And inhale, push back, find down dog. Go again. Breathe into crouch. Breathe out to spring left foot. Breathe in to lift left arm. Exhale, take the knee to the floor and reach behind you. Inhale, pick up that knee as the arm resets. Exhale to the floor. Inhale, push back, find down dog. Take a little movement to press through the spine. And then inhale, take a vinyasa. Whatever level, however long, feels right for your body. We're thinking fluid. We're thinking movement. Good, round 3. Breathe in, bend the knees, crouch. Inhale, spring the right foot. Lift and rotate your lunge. Exhale, back knee to the floor as you reach behind you. Inhale this time as you lift up. Exhale, wrap the front knee so the arm comes underneath the knee and the thigh and gives yourself a little hug here. Hold and try and drop the hips lower so the chest reaches forward. Inhale, push up. Exhale, find hands to floor. And then inhale through down dog. Last time on the left. We're moving quite quickly. So if this is fast for you and you need to take a moment, then do so. Rotate left side lunge. Exhale, back knee drops, we reach. Inhale to lift. Exhale, wrap this hand all the way under the thigh. Give it a little hug in towards your chest. Push the hips forward. Push out of that back foot. Lift the chest. Exhale, open. Inhale, find the floor. Exhale, work the hips high. Last time, take your vinyasa. Whatever level, whatever way feels right for you. Inhale to lift. Exhale to roll and curl. And then from your down dog this time, you're going to bend the knees, spring right foot forward, spring left foot forward, land like so, with the feet wider than hips, the toes slightly turned out. We're going to drop down into a sumo squat. Push the knees wide, lift the body up, and as your knees drop to where they feel comfortable, breathe in and reach up high. Stand tall, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. One last little sequence before we hit the floor. Find that water, that fluid feeling. From forward fold, we exhale, push the knees wide. Drop the hips as low as they feel right to go. And when your eye gaze lifts, inhale, float up. Exhale to fold. 2 more times to finish. Breathe in and drop. Inhale, lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale and hold. Exhale and drop. Inhale and push. Exhale and fold. And then hang out here. Super duper watery flow. You can heel toe your feet in together. You can step one foot behind the other and take a little seat on the floor. We can hug the knees into the chest just for a moment to give them a little scoop and a rock into the floor here. We're going to finish up our water flow with a really nice little stretch, a personal favourite of mine. It's just going to feel lovely on our inner thigh and give us a chance to keep this feeling of movement as well. As you hold on to the back of the knees here, start to draw them a little wider than the chest. Start to open up through the inner thigh and the pelvis. And as long as it feels right for you, just encourage this gentle rocking from side to side in the pelvis. Keep that little massaging action of the lower back into the floor. And that lovely little watery kind of fluid nature to our movement. Everything starts to slow down now. As the hands move, try and take them to the inner part of the knee. And again, if this is enough for you, stay here. We call this modified happy baby pose. We can keep the hands on the knees. We can move the hands down to the ankles and really draw them in towards the groin. And if that's enough for you, stay here. To find our happy baby pose today, for this last really lovely inner thigh hamstring stretch, you're going to take your hand to the inner part of the foot. And if you make it, grabbing a hold of the inner part of the feet, I want you to relax the back of their head and pull the legs out wide. So the soles of the feet are flat to the ceiling. The shoulder blades are relaxed. The back of the pelvis is drawing towards the floor to give you that stretch through the inner thigh and the groin. And then we just take this gentle rock to side, being careful not to go past the point of no return. But if you do and you flop onto your side, that's absolutely fine. Just come back in when you're ready. Enjoying a really nice stretch through the inner thigh and through the groin as well. Just really exhale a little bit of tension away from the shoulders. Good. And then acknowledge that beautiful stretch in your pelvis. Take a couple more breaths here as your eyes start to close. We start to come towards this feeling of meditation. If this feels a lot on your inner thigh or your hamstrings at any point, just start to lie the legs out long. And we can be bent knees or legs straight for this meditation, or if you want to, I'm going to encourage you just to finish up in a butterfly pose. So bringing the soles of the feet together here, let go of the hands, allow the feet to come to the floor and the knees to drop open. And with the soles of the feet together, we lie here in a little open butterfly. Acknowledge that there's still a tiny little pocket of air underneath your lower back. And the knees are drawing towards the floor, giving you this lovely stretch. Not quite as intense, but still feeling an openness across the inner thigh, into the groin and those internal hip rotators. And if this is uncomfortable at any time, just know that you can stretch your legs out long and get really comfy here, or you can enjoy and just let your body work into this stretch. Allowing the arms to fall open by your side or rest gently on your thighs. Try and just gently curl the fingertips to their relaxed state. Take a last little bit of movement, maybe just through the head and the neck, shifting from side to side, easing out tension with this fluidity. And then as the head comes to stillness, just gently allowing your mind to go deeper into this place of meditation. Acknowledge that the breath has gone lovely and soft here. As we take this long time to enjoy poses, the heart rate is allowed to slow. And the body and the mind are really allowed to come into this therapeutic, present moment space, where the heart rate lowers and the whole body feels a little softer. And as your mind relaxes too, it's almost like time seems to slow down in this place. Acknowledge how your body feels on the floor. If you need to lie out long, get really comfortable in this position. Or if you're just acknowledging the gentle stretch that's coming all the way down the inner thigh, inner part of the hips here. Picturing the water that we just tried to embody in our yoga flow. Imagine the piece of water that came to the forefront of your brain as we were moving then through those fluid movements and sequences. You can picture whatever kind of water feels right for you. It might be a small stream, it might be a funnel of trickling water, it might be a big river winding and turning through a landscape. It could be a waterfall crashing down on rocks below. As we think of water and movement, we think of the freedom that water has to create its own waves, its own ripples of movement, and its own impact on the land around it. And we enjoy these moments here just to feel how we can embody water in our living and in our movement as well as our mind. Know that when negative thoughts or emotions travel into your brain, or too many stresses and plans start to overwhelm our thinking and our mind, that just like a moving stream of water, we can allow those thoughts, emotions or stresses to move out of our mind just as easily as they flowed in. We can take a moment to be present. We can find this little bit of stillness and calm and allow any of those thoughts just to rush and move through the mind and out again. Thinking about bringing a little bit of movement gently back to your hips. If you haven't done so already, slowly draw the knees up in towards your chest. Bend the knees and place the feet flat to the floor, or bring just your big toes to the floor, the other side of your hips. Gently float the arms out wide, so you're taking a really wide wingspan stretch on the floor. And like water, one more time, finding movement, drop both knees to one side, bring them back through centre, then drop them over to the other side. Release any tension that might have built across the front of the pelvis or into the lower back while we held that long extended butterfly. Just windscreen wiper the knees from one side gently to the other. Massaging into the lower back into the floor until we're ready to hug the knees into the chest and take a little rock or a pressing motion back up to a seated position. Gently turn towards the front. Take a moment just to square the hips into the floor, pushing against the knees or the thighs, grounding our energy back down. Acknowledging how open and beautiful the hips feel now. And taking a deep breath in to sit up nice and tall. Gently roll the shoulders up to the ears, back and down. And then exhale, breath to open the eyes. Wonderful work, everybody. Take as long as you need to, just to look from side to side. Move through the head and the neck. Resettle in your surroundings. And hopefully feel a little bit calmer, a little bit warmer, a little bit nicer than when we started. Doing really well, guys. 2 more days to go and we would have completed